Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV's church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina and Clovis, special guests. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.
Hey, everybody. It is time to have 90 Day Fiance chat. Okay, this show is something amazing, you guys. So welcome back our panels over here, Dustin and Aaron. Hey, Dustin, how you doing this evening?
We're doing good. How are you?
Good. We are doing
How
good.
you doing, Jonathan?
Hey, Jonathan.
Good to see you. How are you, Regina?
Ooh, Jonathan, are you ready for tonight?
Girl.
Last night, not last night, but Sunday night was pretty crazy for us, wasn't it?
I know. Hey, Aaron,
Crazy
how
too.
you doing?
Hi, everyone.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, Aaron. Good to see you, boo.
I know.
I don't want to get in trouble with that one. I like the angel. I'll be the what was it that you came up with before, Jonathan? Jonathan's Angels. So that ain't gonna get me in trouble.
Yes. JoJo's
Listen.
Angels, yes.
JoJo's Angels, yes.
Aaron is like, you ain't get me in trouble with LaToya. She's like, nah. Don't tell me to boot her over here. Y'all say hello to Robin. She's in the chat as well. Hey, Robin.
Hey,
How you doing,
Robin.
girl? Thank
Hey,
you so
Robin,
much.
how you doing?
And thank you, Aaron, for going in the chat and putting all these beautiful comments in the chat. Listen, Robin is ready. We're all ready. Aaron has all the information in the chat. You guys, let's have this conversation. Robin's like, amazing. Amazing show, Robin. Oh my goodness. She's saying hello, Dustin. Hi, Jojo. Hey, Regina, the Juice Radio Talk Show. And hey to Aaron. She said, Aaron said, leave her out of it. Yeah, she did. She told Jonathan, don't be putting her in that because she does not want LaToya coming because he says, hey, boo.
Yeah. Aaron don't want no problems. And you know what? I understand, Aaron. I will keep you out of LaToya's line of fire, okay?
Thank you.
I
You're
know
welcome.
you're right. I know you're right. So, Dustin, where would you like to start tonight about these 90 Day Fiance couples?
I would like to start with the new couple if I could. The one that this premiered this week. I like Nick and what's her
And
name
Devin.
now? Nick and Devin. These
Nick
people
and
remind me. These three people remind me of the other Nick.
Go ahead. You there, Dustin?
Yeah, I'm already okay. We were. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. These people remind me of the other show we had. I can't remember her name now.
It was a 90 Day Joven.
Devin and Jehu. They remind me of so much of each other.
Yes.
So, yeah, they kind of do.
For those of
do.
you who remember on another 90 Day Fiance, I think it was 90 Day Fiance the other way, it was Jehoon and his fiance. These two remind me of them. I would try.
Yeah, they really do.
They do. They remind me of them. But this is Nick and his fiance's name. Let me get her name. This is
It's
him
Devin.
as well. Devin.
Mhm.
And she is she's moving from Arkansas, I think it is.
Arkansas, yes.
And she is now over there in his country, and she's got to meet the parents. She's got to get approval from the parents. Dustin, go ahead, tell us about these two. What you think? And then I'm gonna pass it over to Jonathan.
I really think that they might make it because I think that they love each other, even though they are in another country. But I just think they love each other very deeply. And, we'll see what they bring in the season so far. But I cannot wait to see what happens next week.
Okay. Jonathan, what's your thoughts on the new couple?
Let me tell you, when I say I love Nick's personality, is his personality is the most beautiful thing. It really endears me to him, and it makes me want to root for both him and Devin.
Mhm.
He clearly has her best interest at heart. However, this whole piggy thing is a little bit jarring slightly.
It
And
is.
the thing about Asians is, and I don't want to stereotype them, but they are
Mhm.
very straightforward with their criticisms of others. And
Mhm.
so, although she has a very average body type, we do know that others may not see it that way. So I hope that when he goes to meet her family and friends in Arkansas, that isn't the most open and accepting of other
Yeah.
races. I don't know if that will go over well with her people if he goes calling her Miss Piggy when
Ooh.
when when he's in their presence. I don't think they'll take that too well.
I
But
don't
Thank
but
you.
I
think that
love
would
him.
go.
I love both of them. They're very sweet.
I
Hmm.
don't think that would go over too well when they say that. But that's my
No,
opinion.
no. And then he had a plush piggy with him when he met her at the airport. And I understand that that's a thing between them and they're okay with it. If you're okay with it, cool. But the
Right.
outside world may think differently about that when they hear it come out your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The outside world will have an issue with that. Thank you, Robbie. She said Devin and Jay Hoon. Now this is Jay Hoon. This is his Instagram page here, Jay Hoon. I don't know if you guys
Oh,
remember.
cute doggy.
Yes, this is his Instagram page. Jay Hoon was with the other young lady, and well, as you can see, it looks like he's kind of single now. I don't know.
That's what it looks like. That's what it's saying to me, girl.
But this is his answer. Look at that dog. Look at that dog. Oh my goodness, the cutest thing.
Such a
Cutest
I
thing.
cutie.
can definitely see the compare. I can definitely see the comparison of what they like. They look like each other.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So my thought, and then I'm gonna come over to Aaron. My thought of him calling her Miss Piggy, I thought it was cute for them, but like you said, when you get outside of that,
Right.
like when he was talking to the lady at the market, with the food, and he's like talking to her, and she was like, I don't know, call him Miss Piggy, but okay. So when he does get to Arkansas, it's different when a different culture calls someone something. Like if it was
Yeah.
a whole culture calling her piggy, in a sense, it depends on how they deliver it. But
Right.
when it's a different culture, they don't care how you deliver it. Sometimes people can take that stuff and be like, "You ain't, no, you didn't."
Exactly, because he can't call no black woman Miss Piggy.
Ooh,
That ain't gonna go well for you, Mr. Nick. Okay, so different cultures are will take things differently. So I'm glad that she wasn't offended by it. So because of
right.
course if she was offended by it, I'm sure she would let him know, and he would stop if that was the case.
If that was the case, Aaron, you want to chime in?
I really I really like them so far, and I like how he was vulnerable at the airport. He even cried. I just really like Nick so far, and I like her. We haven't talked to her much, but even in their interviews together, she did sort of hint to him he cannot do that in Arkansas, and he's like, "But it's between us." But I think she is letting him know, but softly. So I really like them so far.
Yes, yes. Now, Robin said her daddy is from Arkansas. Okay,
All right.
Robin. She said, whose baby was ill, Robin? I'm not sure whose baby was ill. She said their baby was ill. I'm not sure.
Mm,
Yes, Devin is with someone else now. Okay, yes, from Jehoon, the other couple, Jehoon. Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was something else, that relationship. Yeah, Dustin, this couple here, okay, we're gonna have to see. I can't say if I like them yet or not, but
Really?
I can't really say. Yeah, I'm not.
You're not seeing the love because I see the love. I saw the love when
No.
they saw each other at the airport. Like and maybe that's because they haven't seen each other in so long,
Uh-huh.
and so you would expect that type of reaction. But it seems like they're an actual couple, and I have high hopes for them.
I
Oh,
do too. I I will give them a try. I'll give them my all this season, and I'll see. It probably end up being my favorite out of the whole season so far.
Mm,
well, you know what? The interesting part is they had been together for quite some time. They spent some time together, some years together, and now they are back together. But I was thinking, he said you have to meet my parents. So I think they were dating, what, 3 years or so? She never
They
met
have
his
to.
parents during that time?
They have to wait until they're
Yeah. They met in
together.
Australia.
They have. They have
Yeah,
to.
they met in
I think they
Australia,
have to.
and they.
Um, go ahead.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
I was going to say they met in Australia, and he did say that they spent 2 years apart. I don't know exactly how long they've been together all together. But again, I have high hopes for them.
I do. Okay, all right. We're gonna pray they get together. We haven't. Listen. We have not seen the scenes yet for Hamster Man up here yet, right?
No, we haven't. Hamster Man and Chihuahua Man. He got 2 Chihuahuas too. Yes.
I can't wait to see that one. I cannot wait to see that particular one. I cannot wait. Well, you guys, Dustin, which couple should we go to next to have this conversation on? Which one?
You can pick the rest of it. You can pick the one. I don't know which one to pick next one. You can go ahead and pick one.
Well, let's go back to Ashley, because Ashley is, let me tell you, Ashley and her man Manuel.
I just don't have a good feeling about this couple.
Yeah. Can I retract my statements about this couple from our previous review, because I was not seeing the issues before. I was not. What was that, Aaron?
I knew you were retracted when I was like,
oh, Aaron, your audio is.
You're breaking up, Aaron. I can't hear you.
Okay, Aaron, try again.
Oh, I said I knew when I was watching the episode of Jonathan.
Your audio is going in and out, Aaron. Maybe go out and come back in.
Yeah. I heard Aaron said that she, when she was watching it, she felt like I was going to have to say this, because I did not see the issues before, but in this episode we saw some issues. Ashley seems to be slightly controlling, but in a good, but in a way that seems understandable, because he's asking for internet on his phone because he wants privacy, because she's saying, I have an iPad, I have an iPhone, you can use those things, but he doesn't want to use those items using the internet. And that strikes me as, he might want to use the internet for something that he doesn't want her to know about, which I'm very interested in knowing what that would be. And then the fact that his family members, his mucho family members in New York, cousins and uncles and things of that such, are contacting her, because I guess she said that his mother gave them her phone number. So that's a little bit like, disrespectful in my opinion, because, you got strange people calling my phone 9-10 times a day to talk to my man. No, I'm sorry. That's not going to fly with me. So I hope they can work it out. But I think is his name Manuel?
Manuel, yeah.
Manuel seems to be slightly childish to me, because when they were arguing about this whole cell phone thing, when she got him the cell phone and she said, okay, it's going to come in 2 days, and he said, oh no, that's not going to work. That strikes me as a childish man that wants to be a little bit controlling. And
Jonathan, take over for me, Jonathan. I've got to run and get something real quick. I got a client that came in, but take over for me.
Okay, no problem. But as far as Ashley and Manuel are concerned, I'm a little bit worried with them, Dustin. I'm a little bit worried, and I hope that Ashley will be able to try to figure this out with him. But what do you think, Dustin?
I'm very highly concerned that this couple ain't gonna make it by the end of the season. I think that the host, when they do the very final episode, I think that they're going to be walking out of that place and they're going to be separated, because I just don't see it lasting.
Me either.
No, I don't.
Yeah, who was that? Was that Robin?
Yeah. Hi, y'all. Hi.
Hey, what's going on, Ace Boom Coon? What you think? What you think about Ashley and Manuel, girl?
Cree que los tienes muchos problemas.
Yes, muchos problemas. Yes.
First of all, I was going to do this in Spanish, but it'll take me a little long. First of all, they don't
And I'm
know
not
each
gonna know what
other.
the heck you saying, girl.
You know what? But I use rudimentary language when I speak to non-Spanish speaking people, so you could figure it out, like if you were like in survival mode.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I appreciate it.
So first of all, I was struck in the beginning because how this man not saying goodbye and telling people he's coming to the United States? That was the
Right.
first thing.
Mhm.
Then when he gets to the house, all of a sudden he like tries to like puff his chest out. Don't know the door. I don't like cats. The dog can't sleep here. I'm gonna put a door on the bedroom immediatamente. This
Yes.
is stupid. I was like, what the I'm gonna marry you, Jonathan. Are you gonna marry somebody that you don't know what their religious or spiritual practices or I mean, come on, she's a bruja. And he's
Absolutely not. I'm sorry. I can't stand for it. Not unequally yoked. We don't do that.
It's crazy. And so that's problematic from the beginning. The best thing about this couple for me is the fact that when she speaks Spanish, I don't have to read the subtitles because I understand her because she speaks low level Spanish like me. But I think
Right.
it's problematic. I don't expect them to last. And doesn't he have like children they should know about?
Yes.
He
I
has
mean,
two
come on.
teenage children. Yes.
He has two. He has two teenage kids, and she didn't know about it. So that's a very secretive thing, and about ready to be married, and you don't tell your fiance that you got two secret kids. Come on, man.
I know. Y'all say hi to Diva. Hey, Diva.
Hey,
Hi, Diva.
Diva.
Hey,
You're
Diva.
beautiful. Thank you for being here, girl. Listen, you guys. I think she knew about the kids, but they don't know about her.
Right.
And
Okay, right.
that's the whole issue. And listen, let's get back to the internet part because I had to step out real quick. I felt his pain when he was like, I just want internet on my own phone. I don't want to worry about the house phone. I want my own. I want to be able to call who I want. I want to be able to look online, whatever I want. I don't want to have to get your phone and do what I want and go to your computer. I just want my own phone. And she told him, dos dias.
Yeah. I do get where you're coming from with that, Regina. I would want my own if I was in his position. So I get that there may not be any hanky panky going on with when he uses the internet on his
I don't
phone,
know
but-
that Lucy Pearl song where he sings. I just want my own phone. Sorry, I take it to the music like I'm done with it.
You want to make pictures like up here. Y'all, he may have Instagram accounts he need to check out and see what's going on with his Instagram accounts or something.
His DMs.
It's
Oh,
not that he
okay.
wants his own phone or own internet to me. It's the secretiveness that he has. Because when she is involved, he's like, no, none of your business and stuff like that. And I'm like, nope. If you my man, then I gotta know what you doing, and you can know what I'm doing. I ain't got no secrets.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
You better tell him, Aaron.
What's going to happen when he get this phone now? Because he had dos dias that she's going to get the phone. What's going to happen when he gets this phone? What's going to happen?
I think it might open the doors of us seeing what their relationship is really made of. And I think it might show us what his intentions are in their relationship. Because when she said that she has a feeling that the fact that he has so much family in New York, he might have just come over just to get a green card and to go over live with them. But then the thing is, why would he be in a relationship just to get to America when he has family in America? But I guess your family can't get you a green card. You have to get
Look at what happened with Molly. Molly
and Maurice.
Chantel and Pedro. There's a list the ain't long.
They're coming back to you guys. The family the final chapter. It's coming back on.
But yeah,
this November 7th.
Yeah, this episode really opened my eyes to the issues that Ashley and Mel have. They have no issues in the bedroom, which is always a good thing. Mm-hmm. But, when you have other issues that could kind of overtake and overshadow what's going on in the bedroom, that those things will cancel out. So I'm a little worried about Manuel. I'm a little worried.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. The reason why he probably couldn't come over with his family is because he could probably only come over as a tourist visa or something like that. Allegedly. Right. I don't know what the things are, but he won't be able to stay here on that. He has to marry an American to get
it's called a K1 visa.
Right. And his family members can't give him that K-1 visa. So he's got to get him an American woman. And I could see where Ashley is now concerned, thinking, okay, you have family here already. I didn't even know you had family over here. You did not mention any of that to me. And now, my thoughts are going a little bit different. So I understand, Ashley's concern, to think, oh, you all this time you never mentioned to me that you had family in right here that's only a few hours away from me.
Just 5 hours away. Yeah.
He got secrets. He got secrets.
He does.
And if he doesn't, so the thing is, if he don't get married to her within that many days, he has to go back to the other country. See?
Oh yeah, he does. He have to go back. He has to go back.
Yeah. Yeah. The question is, are they going to make it down the aisle? And from this standpoint, I don't know if that's going to happen, y'all. I really don't.
I don't think they do.
I really like Ashley and Manuel. I just don't like them together.
Agreed.
Ooh.
I think they're both good people. I don't think he would be the type of person that she needs, because she needs to have full access to trust somebody, it seems
right.
like. And they do not have the communication to verbalize that with each other. That's been my whole problem with them so far.
Right. And who do you think is not willing to communicate in this relationship? Do you think it's both or just one of them, Aaron?
I actually think it's both of them.
Okay.
I actually see her thinking she's talking when she's not. She's more, because she's more dramatic.
Yeah.
She is not communicating her actual feelings. She's just overreacting. And that makes it very hard for him to understand, especially because they do not speak the same language, even though she does communicate with him in his language. So I think that is very difficult for him coming in. And I don't think he communicates at all.
Right. And I found it very interesting that during that argument, she started speaking in English, cursing in English. I was like, wait a minute, does she feel like he's not going to understand what she's saying in that moment? Or is she just lashing out at that moment? I found that very interesting as well.
Because sometimes when you are bilingual, when you get mad, sometimes it's hard to get your second language out faster and better than you can your first language.
Right.
So maybe that's why she was like, listen, I ain't even got time to be thinking about these words I need to say. Let me just spew them out.
Okay. Yes. In the moment. Absolutely.
She is very dramatic. She is, well, of course, that may have to do with a lot of her anxiety that she deals with, but she have to get through this stuff. It seems like there's a lot of secretives that Manuel has. She's got to discover what those are. But you know what? I have to say this. Ashley caused this to come on herself, because she kept secrets from Manuel too about her being a witch. And so
I agree with that as well.
So when you keep secrets from other people and then secrets come back, that they're keeping from you, you cause that to happen, or you have people to look at you like, well, you did it, so I don't know.
Well, she did say they had a couple conversations about it. She didn't completely keep it away from him, but I get what you mean though. When you're doing something that someone doesn't fully understand and you don't give them a complete and full explanation in their language concerning what it is that you actually do, girl, that could be an issue.
Yeah. Now, Diva said this. She's right in the chat. She said this is not right to have secrets. Also, does he work? No work, no phone. And that's right. If he needs to get a job and somewhere, he's gonna have a phone. And Diva, absolutely.
And I think we all know that he can work in America if he can find something to do, y'all. Even as an undocumented citizen. Well,
just
I guess he wouldn't be a citizen.
Home Depot.
Uh-oh.
Robin, those are some of the best workers, though. We've hired some.
Yep. I know. When I go pick up my toilet paper, they be out there.
Oh, okay. He can find work, y'all. Y'all know he can.
He sure can. But listen, her mom wants babies.
Immediatamente.
Okay. Yes.
Babies. And mom is like, I want these babies now. Then she's looking at him. The way mama was looking at him had me rolling. It had me rolling, laughing so hard. But you guys, I don't know. Let's see if these two make it. Let's see if these two make it. All right.
I give it a 50-50 chance.
You giving him 50-50?
Yes.
You're doing good. You're
Ooh.
doing good. Well, let's talk about these two. You know, we always leave them for the end, but let's go ahead and talk about these two right now.
Yeah.
Nikki
They're interesting.
and
They're
Justin.
interesting. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Justin. Go first, and then I'll let Jonathan go, and then down to Aaron and Robin.
But I think they're gonna fall apart because I think he's just got too many. He doesn't feel comfortable with her being there. Yeah, he's wanting to he's wanting to hide her from everybody because we all know why he's wanting to try to hide her. I gotta say the word on here, but that he's wanting to try to keep her in the. He's wanting to bring her out in the night, and she don't want to do that. She wants you to come out when she wants to come out, and he's trying to hide her. So I don't think it's gonna last.
Jonathan, what's your thoughts? And I'll come down to Aaron.
I want to preface my comments by first saying that I support all of my trans brothers and sisters, and I do not have the rule book as to how trans people should date. However, Nikki, you set this up this way. So for you and I know that we've said this a million times, for you to reveal your transness during an argument, and then now you see that Justin has issues with intimacy with you, and you are threatening him. You are giving him an ultimatum 48 hours to get in the bed with me, or I'm leaving.
I
You
know.
set it up this way, girl. Justin is doing everything a man in his position should do in the right way, and you are not giving him enough grace. You are forgetting the way that you revealed this information to him, and at the same time you are upset with him. And you saw in the preview for the next episode, he doesn't want to take her to his gym. He wants to take her to some old random gym where nobody will know who he is, where nobody will recognize him. And we find out that he doesn't want to be seen out with her at night. He has issues with the way that she puts on her makeup. She says that she takes about an hour and a half to get her makeup done so they can go to the park, but normally she takes about 3 hours. And he's trying to protect her. He's trying to do everything to, and again, his reasons for wanting her to not put on so much makeup may be because he's with her and he doesn't want to be seen with a trans woman. But I found it very interesting that he said that she looked like a cartoon. I agree with that sentiment. I agree
I do too.
wholeheartedly with that sentiment. But girl, you set it up this way. So for you, if you're unhappy with the way that he does not want to be intimate with you, you need to leave and find a man who is comfortable with a trans woman. He's clearly not completely 100% comfortable with being with a trans woman. And she's acting like she doesn't understand this. And it is so annoying, Regina, Robin, Aaron, and Dustin. It is so annoying to me. It's so annoying. I cannot
It is
stand
annoying.
it.
It is annoying, and I
Jonathan.
don't know how. I don't know how to TLC chooses the people they put on this.
I want to hear what Aaron and Robin have to say about this, and Regina too. But
Yeah.
especially Aaron, because she's our voice of reason. Aaron, what do you think about Nikki and Justin? Please.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm so sorry. I kind of disagreed with that a little bit with the gym thing, only because we learned earlier in the season that his friends have left him and do not want anything to do with him. Are his friends at that gym and he doesn't want to put her in that situation of
That's what I thought.
coming face to face with people who already do not like her. I
Right.
thought he was protecting her was my first instinct because he said his friends are from the gym, and then we learned they don't approve of her, and now he's saying, let's go to the gym. I want to be with you in a place where I enjoy, but I don't want to go back to that place where they don't approve of you because they aren't worth your time, honey.
I
That's
can
what
see
I
I,
thought.
that.
I agree.
And the way his body language was, it was more like, I'm open to accepting you in a place where I enjoy being and I want you to come with me, but I don't want to go to that other place because they ain't
And,
worth my time.
Hey,
I just
Crystal
thought he
Marie.
didn't
Yes, that's
communicate
fine,
it all,
Crystal
but
Marie.
it did seem like that by his body language. I always look at the body language.
There you
Aaron,
go.
what are your thoughts on her frustration with him not wanting to be intimate with her?
I thought because in the interview with just the two of them, he said, I need to get to the emotional spot to get intimate with you. And she did seem to acknowledge that he's trying to get closer to her and trust her again. I think some people are emotionally attached to the physical, and he has been hurt by her. He wants to regain that romanticness that they had the first time, and then he can be intimate. And that's what he said in his interview with her next to him. So I thought maybe that was it. He said, because you could see him cuddling with her in the morning and being all
Right.
sweet. And so he does have affection for her. So I think he is very protective of her.
Yes.
And I think that he's not communicating that with her. Again, their first language are not the same, and I think it is hard for him to express. He does with his body language when they go out, even when he's opening the door, he tries to shelter her from
Right.
everything. And he seemed very romantic when they were at that park. He seemed really excited to be walking to the park with her. You could see his smile as they were walking there and stuff. I look at all those moments and I'm like, no, this man loves her. He just doesn't know how to express it. And I think there are some trust issues with him to her.
And one more question, Aaron. Do you feel as though Nikki appreciates Justin the way
No,
that she should?
no, I don't think
I
Now,
do
I
not
am
either.
not a trans,
Yeah.
so it is harder for me to judge her, but
Right.
I wish that she would look at it from his side instead of just her
Mhm.
side. That
Thank
is
you.
really what I would like her to do, step out from her perspective and look at it from the outside looking in.
Right,
Okay.
because my feelings here are that Nikki would be so much better off and so much happier with someone who is used to being trans attracted, who is used to dating trans women, because he's got on the training wheels, Justin, right now. He
Yes.
still has on his training wheels as far as dating a trans woman is concerned. And
Mhm.
with her frustration and her not giving them the grace, that's what's frustrating me the most, because she's acting as if she does not know where he is in his trans attraction
Right.
acceptance of himself. And I can't get with that. I really can't.
I
I
can't
love
either. I agree with.
I love
I agree.
I had one question, kind of for anybody who wants to answer it. When you look at them, do you see her? She is saying she wants to be physical, but I have noticed she is not showing him affection when they were at the park and stuff. And
I
that
see
worries
that.
me.
Mhm.
I see that.
I haven't seen her show love to him, and that
Agreed.
is concerning to me. Has
It
Agreed.
anyone
is to
else
me as
noticed
well.
that?
Yep.
I've
Yep.
noticed that as well, Aaron. It seems like he's giving more than she is. However, she's requiring so much more of him at this moment. When what is it that you're giving besides your coin? What is it that you're giving besides your money? Besides being his sugar mama? Because it seems like she feels as though that's acceptable and that's sufficient enough for them. But yes, I do recognize that, Aaron, that he is so much more affectionate with her, and he's trying so hard, and she's not appreciating it.
He is. Well, let's go over Jonathan and go ahead and direct some questions to Robin because it's her turn. Robin, you're up. And this comment here, she says, during an argument, and what is their age difference? What were their ages when they first got together? Was he groomed?
I know
Jonathan,
she's in her mid to late 40s. I believe he's in his mid to late 30s.
hold on. Let's see if we got it. Go ahead, Robin. Your thoughts.
Well, I wish I could be as nice, kind, sweet, understanding as the rest of you. But alas, I'm a jaded heart New Yorker, so I'm going to make my comment from that perspective.
Run through them, girl. Run through them.
He's 36 and she's 47.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Robin.
Somebody do the math. Minus what, 10 years? He was
Yes.
anyway, 26. Okay, my whole thing is I'm personally uncomfortable with the relationship based on its foundation and the shakiness of it, and the fact that there was no full honesty on Nikki's part. That's a
Right.
problem.
It
And
is. Mhm.
I think that, in a few years, we're going to find out about him going to therapy and really struggling with his being trans attracted, because I don't know that him being trans attracted was necessarily something that was natural necessarily. I think that he was duped into being attracted to her.
That's
Ooh.
it.
And then he has now to accept the fact that she's trans. and he's
Right.
with her and he's been with her. And I think that he struggles with his initial attraction to her, the woman, not the trans woman. And I
Right.
think that he's fighting those two demons. And I
Mhm.
don't like that for him. And
Right.
shame on her. And so we can go back, and I'm going to blame her mostly because she just was not honest. And if
Mhm.
she had it to do all over again, I would hope that she would be honest, because when you enter into a partnership, a relationship, a love relationship, you want to talk about being married to somebody and you don't know who you are, or they don't know who you
Mm.
are. She may as well be a witch too
Okay.
and not have told them.
Woo.
And again, that's why I said, Robin, that she needs to be with someone who is openly trans attracted
Exactly. I
and
agree.
not someone who was bamboozled into being in a relationship with you. Because yes, there are men who can be attracted to trans women not knowing that they are trans. That happens all of the time.
Right.
However, they're not going to take the next step into being in a relationship with them because they may not be able to get past that barrier of them being trans. But she
Mhm.
is almost as if she did not give him, oh no, it's not almost as if, it is
She
as
did not.
if she did not give him that option. She never gave him that option because she did not tell him until they were actually in a relationship.
Right. And that's a
Yeah,
problem.
it is. Here's my thoughts on the gym issue. I think because he did say previously that he told a lot of friends and family about her, that she is trans, and a lot of them weren't happy. I do agree with you all that her going to his own gym may be a jeopardy for her safety. And also, we don't know the culture and how their reaction may be towards this. So there may be some
Right.
people at the gym that didn't accept it. And he don't want to put her to that. But he didn't say, I'm not taking you to any gym. He just said, I'm not taking you to the gym that I go to, you know?
Right.
And I think that is okay. The relations, the sexual relations with each other. I think that the thing is, I'm not sure if they had relations before she told him she's trans, and then maybe now that she has told him she's trans, he still has to wrap his mind around it. So
Right.
maybe that's part of what the delay is. Because remember, and again, I'm giving kudos to Justin because Justin said when he found out, yeah, they did separate, but he went and found information, he studied it so that he can get a better understanding. I'm going to always give him kudos for that, because instead of him just saying no, he said, listen, let me study this. Let me get more understanding. So I love that he did that. I think she wants him to look at her the same way he did before he knew she was trans.
Right.
But he's looking at her now. Okay, I've got to wrap my mind around this is not what I thought it was, but I'm still trying to wrap my mind around, and I'm still trying to stay in that position of love. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I still know this is what you were, but I'm still trying to stay here and adjust with you. And I think she's trying to force it on him to move too quick. And she has to understand to give him that time. The way he hugged her at the park and even set up the park, he didn't set up a private, thing. She was out in public with him.
Hmm.
And he was wrapping his arms around her. Even at one point where she was arguing with him, he said, let me just hold you tight. Let me just hold you tight. And I really like that because he's letting her know, yeah, we're good. But she's trying to force him to do stuff. Like when she said, lick the ice cream off my face.
Really?
Yeah, that
Really?
part. And my husband was watching it with me. He just so happened to walk by when I was watching that scene, and he was like, lick the ice cream off her face. He was like, wait a minute. Wasn't she just spending 3 hours putting all that makeup on her face? He's gonna get more makeup on his lip than he does ice cream.
Okay. Come on, Foundation.
Right. So I don't think she wanted, and I think this is what she wanted. She wanted to impress the camera crew. She wanted to impress the
Hmm.
girl that was at the ice cream. I mean
Hmm.
the candy thing. She wanted to impress her, the cotton candy machine. And that girl, did y'all see how that girl at the cotton candy machine just ignored her, whether she didn't
I
understand?
seen that part.
Right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
seen that
She was
part.
like, oh, he didn't want to lick my face. And that lady wasn't paying her no attention.
No, but I think Nick, if Nikki is not careful, she will lose him, and not because Justin is not doing everything he's trying to do, but because she's trying to force him to act as though her trans did not exist. And right now
Right.
mentally he can't do that, but he's trying his best to do that. And also he is trying. He got that house ready for her. She said she sent him money to do the bathroom. He remodeled that bathroom. He remodeled that kitchen. he's doing all this, but she don't see it because she's still stuck in her head where she wants him to be, so much so that she's not seeing where he is.
Yes, what she originally wanted to do in this relationship was she wanted Justin to see her as a woman who was born woman.
Right.
And she's going to continue to want to have that feeling, and she's never going to get it with Justin. Never. It's
Mhm.
not happening. It's never going to happen, Nikki. Find a man who might be able to give you that satisfaction, because it ain't going to be Justin. No, it ain't
Thank you,
happening.
Jonathan. Thank you for saying that, Jonathan.
Do
No
you
Thank you
guys
problem.
very much.
think that Justin stayed because Nikki was financially providing for him, and that
I
was
do.
another
I
reason
agree.
for it?
I do. I do.
I
I
feel
think.
as though
I think if he wouldn't. I think if she wasn't paying for his stuff, he wouldn't have stayed with her.
I
Okay.
feel as though that is a part of it. That might be about 40 to 50% part of it. But I think he really does love her. I don't think he would be showing her so much affection if he did not actually have feelings for her. Those feelings that he had for her before she came out to him as trans have not gone away at all. He still feels those
Mhm.
feelings for her. He still has those butterflies in his stomach for her in that way. But the fact that he now knows that she is trans, there's a barrier there, and that
You think?
barrier, I don't think that's going to go away. I really don't, not even with time, because he now knows that it can never go away from get out of his mind. It's not going to get out of his mind. And so if you want to
Yeah.
be intimate with him and you're giving him an ultimatum, 48 hours, how do you expect your experience of being intimate with him to be pleasurable for the both of you? She's being so selfish. She wants this. She wants that. She's not thinking about Justin in any way, shape, and or form. And I cannot get with it.
Well,
Do
because
you
she's
all?
already presented a narrative about what she wants for herself without consideration for him, and that is
Exactly.
also part of what drives, I think, her monetary support of him, because
Mhm.
she's paying to keep her storyline going for her life
Right.
without regard for what he wants. And I think that part of the problem is, finding out that she's trans way after the fact is kind of like finding out somebody cheated on you, or finding out that you
Right.
think that you married Elmer J. Fudd, who owns a mansion and a yacht, and you with Yosemite Sam, who's shooting people up trying to get money to afford a lifestyle.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
Mhm.
I have a question about the money though that he sends or
Yeah,
she
Aaron.
sends.
Mhm.
Um, Now we know that she pays for the vacations and she paid for him to do some physical changes to himself,
Mhm.
which does sound like it was maybe in between they both wanted his physical changes, but also besides the bathroom stuff, what has she paid for? It doesn't sound like she's paying for the rent and stuff. Sounds like he does work. So that would be the friend brought up the money. I just want to know what she's actually paying for before I judge that.
Right. I don't think that she's really funding his life in any way, shape, or form. I think she just throws money at him at certain times. It's not like she's actually his sugar mama. It's not like she's actually taking care of him in that way. But she does have the means to do so whenever he needs it.
It sounded like to me that she was giving him added funds, not that he was
Right.
out of
Yes,
funds, but he was
yes.
giving him added funds. Y'all say hello to Justin in the chat. Hey,
What's going
Justin.
on,
Hello, Justin.
Justin?
He said, "Hey, everyone. I came in and heard my name. LOL."
But yeah, that's why I said I don't think that he's with her just because of the money, because I don't think she's really doing that often. That's just like an
Mhm.
add-on. That's just like the cherry on top for her.
Yeah,
But
I
I
think
really
that's
do
what she
think
got.
that he has real feelings for her. But again, she's expecting so much of him because she's giving him the money, because she is with him. She feels as though she's a prize. She's this, this unicorn, or whatever the case may be. He's so lucky to be with this beautiful woman, and that's exactly her words exactly. She feels so entitled.
Yeah.
And that's given Karen-esque type vibes, and
Ooh.
I can't take that.
I can feel your energy, just Jonathan. Jonathan's like, no, just be honest and listen. He is not, you can't groom him to be something. You can't try and change him to be something. If you want what you're looking for, you need to go and get it. It may not look like the package where he's presenting himself right now, but go and find that and stop trying to make someone be something that you're looking for. I feel you, Jonathan.
That is that's the perfect word for it, Regina. Grooming. She wants to groom him. And at the same time, she still wants him to be at the promised land. She still wants him to be where she wants him to be right now. But it's not working. It's never going to work.
So Justin said, hey, Aaron, how are you feeling? And Aaron said, Justin McKinnon, blessed to be here. How are you? And Diva saying, hi, Dustin. Now, Diva said,
Hey,
this
Diva.
time, go back. She said, what if she did not tell him in the beginning she was being deceptive? But and then that takes us back to the conversation, which we'll probably have again on a later panel. Do you think that people who are trans should start out the conversation with someone they meet new? I'm trans.
I feel as though the answer is yes, because you must give that other person the option to choose whether they want to be with you now knowing that you are trans. If I met some fine man, because you know I'm all about the men's, Regina, y'all. You know I'm all about the men. So
I've been trying to find you one too. I've been trying to find you a couple. I see you some I have.
Thank you so much. So if I meet some fine man, and then he reveals to me that he is a trans man, I will take that into consideration. But I'd like to know that before we get to the bedroom, and then you pull down your pants and it's a surprise.
I like that. Yes, I do. But that the problem is, Jonathan, not all trans people agree with that. A lot of people feel as though, no, I shouldn't have to display that's who I am. This is who I am. I should not have to have that conversation. But it does bring up hurt to the other person when they don't know, they're caught off guard and so forth. So it is. And Diva says she agrees with you also, Jojo. She agrees with you on that.
Can I
I'm not sure.
Question in?
Go ahead, Aaron. And then I'm going to come to you, Robin. Go ahead, Aaron.
My thoughts on this are, when you first meet somebody, it's okay to date a little bit, but before you become serious, I think the conversation has to be there. Because, go out on a few dates, see how it goes, make sure the person actually likes you enough to open up to that conversation. But before you head to the bedroom or before you become a committed relationship, those conversations, because how are you in a committed relationship and the person doesn't know you truly? That would be my thought.
I'm gonna come down to Robin, but I think what they should do is, just say, listen, let's just be friends for now. Let's see how that works. And then if we go further, then we'll go further. And when you feel as though the relationship is getting deeper, then at that point, you need to let your friend know your sexuality to see if your friend wants to go to a different level. Because sometimes we may say, well, hey, I'm trans, and then the person said, well, fine, I don't want nothing else to do with you. But you may be passing up a really good person that's a good friend to be with. So I would leave the friendship there open and see how that goes. Let me come down to you, Robin. What's your thoughts?
Mine is way off base, but I think I was watching CBS Sunday Mornings, and they did a piece on intersex people, and I was just really trying to understand the juxtaposition between being intersex and trans, and how one would present themselves in each situation. It just came to my mind when you ask the question, do you reveal that you're trans? And then by the same token, do you reveal that you're intersex? Not necessarily need to be answered now, but something to think about.
Yeah.
Right. Here's my thing, because the downside of not revealing your transness or your intersexness, as Robin has said, is that you may find yourself in a violent situation, because we have heard of many violent situations. Hey, what's going on, gray hair diva? We've heard so many stories of trans women being killed, and I'm sure many of them are not those who did not reveal themselves. They probably did reveal themselves, and then maybe their partner felt as though somebody might find out, and then they killed the person because of that. But when you do reveal, when it is that they might not, if they find out some other way through some other means, or is that you might have waited too long, that reaction may not be the nicest. It may not be the most pleasant. So it's up to you when it is that you reveal that. But my say is that you should do it as early as possible,
Yes.
because if we get into our first, second, third, fourth, fifth date, I'm now feeling you, but then you tell me that you're trans, and I know that we can't do nothing. I'm not
feel
interested
deceptive.
in a trans person. Then I've wasted 5 dates on you, girl. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Y'all
That's
say
just my
hello to
opinion.
y'all say hello to Diva. Hey girl, hey.
Diva, what are your thoughts on Miss Nikki, baby?
Oh,
What
God,
are your thoughts?
listen,
I want to hear
y'all
this.
trying to get me wrapped in another show. I said, let me just go listen and mind my business. And y'all trying to get me wrapped up in this show. I will say this. I think
Thank you for supporting me, Diva, as well. I love it. Love you very much.
I love you back. So, of course, I'm going to say this when it comes to relationships and when you first meet somebody. If it's something you know is different, I'm going to let you know up front. And I think I'm going to let you know up front before you get locked and loaded, because what happens a lot of times is once you really get to know them, now you're not going to know how to tell them. And then the time just keeps passing and passing and passing. And it's like, when do you tell them? And now you feel like you can't, because you don't want to lose this friendship and the closest you have. And then it becomes a whole big mess. So I am one that will tell you certain things up front, and you decide from that point if you even want to talk to me, be friends with me, or if you want to take me out on a date, right? Let me know you did stuff fun. Like I tell people up front, like I don't drink, I don't judge nobody, but I don't drink, I don't do this, I don't do that, I don't go to certain places. Now, if you still feel you want to take me out and engage with me, then that's on you. But I'm telling you up front that I don't like to be in certain situations. I don't do X, Y, Z. I don't this, I don't that. So you got the groundwork there. So that way I'm going to feel more comfortable knowing that you know how I roll, so to speak. And so I'm going to take it that since you know, you're never going to have me in those situations, put me in those situations, or even ask me to go to those particular situations, because I told you from the door, that's not what I do, or that's not who I am, right? So I am definitely one to say, just get it out the way up front. I had a girlfriend that used to say, tell me before I get locked and loaded. Don't engage me in a situation and then you want to tell me later, you know, oh, this is the thing. Like she had dated this guy one time where he was separated, not separated, still mad. It was a mess. A mess. It was like, why would you wait in 2 months down the line to tell me when I'm locked and loaded, when I care about you, I really like you, I was having fun hanging out with you, and now you want to bust my bubble and say, oh, I'm separated, but we still live in the house together. But no, don't do that. That's not fair to her, right? So now you got my feelings all wrapped up in you. And now I got to sit here and contemplate, like, okay, how do I shut this down? Because this man still got a wife.
Right. And here's my thing. So many people make the mistake of filtering the information that they give to the other person based off of what they think the other person will be able to accept. When you do that, that leaves room for so much error and so many red flags, because eventually those things that you decide to filter out of those conversations will eventually come up in other conversations, and you'll find yourself in a pickle.
Yes. And we have to also understand that if you're going to be seeing someone, even if you have them as a friend, even if you have them as a relationship, eventually you may have family members that you guys are around, friends that you're around. So when it is finally told that what your sexuality is, now you have to go back and have conversations with all those people. Or if they find out before you have that conversation, what are they going to be saying to the people that are around? It just gets to be a place honesty up front is the best. And that way, when you meet your friends and you can tell you, yeah, this is what we're dealing with, or even if you get back to you, you're like, yeah, you know, I knew, and this is what we were dealing with, and we're happy with that. But the worst thing can happen is if you don't say anything to the individual and then people find out and then it gets back to you, like Jonathan said, that could be detrimental into individual. And then also you have broken their complete trust. That trust is gone.
Gone.
Nowadays, it could be hazardous to the health. I mean, to the life. So, Justin McKinnon, we love you too. We love you. Well, yeah, that is a lot. These couples, they got a lot, but I think that Nikki needs to understand, give Justin a little time, give him a little time. But also in a scene coming up, and then we'll go over to what's these other two?
Sophie
Gino,
and
Gino,
Jasmine.
and yes, Sophie and Jasmine. Real quick, I think her communication, Nikki's communication with Justin, because she's older, she feels as though she can talk down to him or talk to him like he's a little boy. And when she said in that one scene that we saw the clip where she says, "Okay, walk away, little boy," I was like, "Girl, no, you did not just do that.
Right.
You did not just do that." To a man who's not an American, because there's one thing when you call an American a little boy, when you called another culture a little boy, that could hit really low. And to the point, it may be hard for him to come back from that. And I think she did that because she's tried to elevate herself, above him.
Mhm.
And so that lets me think, girl, if you did that one time, how many times are you going to do it if y'all stay in that relationship?
Come on now.
And are you going to do that in front of people? Because you did that on a public platform that was being filmed for the world to see. So maybe
Regina, you know she will. You know she will. She might even do it in front of his parents.
And that's why he probably don't want to bring her around people that he knows.
Okay.
Probably so.
Yep. All right, y'all. Real quick, let's talk about Rob. Oh, good. Rob had just found out that his new soul don't want to have kids. Go ahead, Dustin. What you think?
Rob is definitely not going to be with her because he wants kids and she don't want to have kids. She said that she didn't want to get pregnant. Did she or did she not say that? I know she said that on the show. So she don't want to have kids. I don't think they're going to stay together because he wants kids, she doesn't. So that's definitely a big piece to try to keep away from your fiance. And that's definitely not going to stay that way. And they're not going to stay together. I'm sorry.
Sophie says she don't want to have kids. Jonathan, I'm gonna come over to you. Sophie says she don't want to have kids. Rob got upset, got up, walked away, started crying, and went and started playing games.
Somebody in this relationship is lying. Either they had the conversation or they didn't have the conversation.
I don't think they did, Jonathan. I really don't think they did.
And I don't think they did either. Even when he said, there's plenty of times we've been on the phone and I told her the names of my son or my daughter, the names that I would want to have for kids. If you don't sit down and have this conversation, are we going to have kids? Are we going to have children in this relationship? If you don't have that discussion, then the conversation never happened, period.
Aaron, I saw your comment. So you're not a fan of Rob still. Go ahead, Aaron. What's your thoughts on Rob and Sophie?
I'm still not a fan of Rob. I haven't liked him yet.
You like him better than I do.
don't believe him. I don't believe he had a conversation with her. I believe he could have said it jokingly, like, "Oh, what my kids' names would be." But he is such a jokester. I could see her not even picking up on that because he jokes so much. He doesn't take anything in life seriously, including his apartment or where he lives. Only thing he takes seriously is how he looks, and it ain't that good. I'm not sure why he cares that much. I just don't like him. And
hold up now,
seriously,
Aaron. Now hold up now. I don't know if we want to go there now. I don't know if we're gonna say all that now. I can't agree with that. I can't co-sign on that now.
I know see, I have to be mentally attracted to find somebody physically attractive.
You better say that, Aaron.
I don't mentally find him attractive, so I can't even look past that. And I can't look past his bathroom being outside.
Aaron's like, I don't care how cute you is. If your mind ain't right, you can't come over here. You cannot
just stay out there. And the fact that he walked away from that table when his sister was there and he knew they didn't know each other that well, and he didn't care enough to say, "Hey, let's discuss this later," or "I got to take a break for a minute. I'll be back." He just acted like a big old child. I don't know. I just don't like him. And I believe her. They didn't have the conversation. Or if they did, it was sort of like a joking conversation. Nothing serious.
Robin, your thoughts?
I'm still trying to figure out why they're together. I'm with Aaron. I don't like him either, Aaron. So we see each other on this one. He is immature. He has no direction.
Very.
He doesn't have not just directions, no goals. He thinks that how he lives is acceptable. He understands where she comes from or where she says she comes from, how she's lived, and he expects her. And by the way, she's kind of problematic for accepting these low standards, but I digress. I don't
Can I ask Robin a question?
Yes, go ahead, Dustin.
My question is, Robin, why did she come over here then? If she knew about how he was living before, why did she come over here?
Good
well,
question.
I don't know her, but I'm a venture this guess. She's young, and sometimes I'm recalling my own youth. We do be doing stuff that are adventures.
Yes.
And that's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
Adventure.
Right. And to be honest, I don't think he revealed to her that his bathroom was on the outskirts of his garage that he's living in, or whatever establishment he's living in. I don't think those. She did.
She knew it. She knew it because she had visited him before, and she knew the bathroom was outside. So she knew it was outside, and then when she came back, she knew exactly where that bathroom was. She knew it.
She don't have anybody to blame but herself.
I agree.
Diva, you want to comment on these two, Rob?
Well, again, like I said earlier, see, there's some things you need to get clear from the door if that's the direction you want to head in, right? Like you need to make sure you understand. Sometimes I'm speaking to people, I repeat stuff. Did you say ba 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 ba? To make sure I got it right and that you got it clear and you got it together. And it's the foolery of it all. And then it be coming and trusting yourself in somebody's hands and you don't have things straight in your mind. Like, I don't know how people do that. But I'm like, Aaron, I gotta be mentally attracted to you too. Or ain't nothing gonna happen. I don't care how cute you are. We not. Because if you messed up in here, then we ain't got nothing for me. We good.
Right. And I think we can all.
Sometimes you find out a little late that they're not as bright as they need to be, and then you move on.
Right.
Right. But I think we can all agree that she is mesmerized by his looks. And that's probably the main reason why she wanted to get with him. And I think this is a great example of how looks are not everything.
Come on now. Rob has insecurity issues. I'm alleging he has insecurity issues. Thank you, Gwendolyn Kutcher. She said she subscribed to Reality's channel. Thank you so much. I think Rob has insecurity issues. I also think that Rob has control issues in a way. When they had that conversation, he's like, we had this conversation. We know we talked. I kind of sided with Sophie. I kind of believe that they did not have that conversation.
I agree.
I believe that was the first time they were really having a conversation. And when he found out, no, she don't want to have children. I mean, it hit him hard. But at the same time, y'all still young in this. And it's going to hurt that you don't want to have children right now. But Rob, you don't even want to buy a house right now. Where would the baby stay? Where are we going to put the baby right now?
I agree with that, Regina. What if he was to have kids, he needs to get a bigger house and have enough room so they can be nice and comfortable.
Maybe he expects the babies to stay in the closet, like this new man that's coming up in the next week. Maybe that's where he expects the babies to stay in the closet.
Thank you, Julie.
Child.
With the hamsters.
Got his mama. Got his mama on a mattress on the floor in the closet. What kind of mess is that?
That's gonna be so hilarious. I might screenshot that one and put it on TikTok. But you guys,
potential for elder abuse.
Oh, not elder, but she chooses to go in there. So it's not elder abuse because that's her choice. She chose to go in the closet. And listen, when I first saw that, when they first showed that, I said, maybe mama want to be in the closet because it may smell out there with all the animals. There's a whole bunch of animals up in there.
It just might.
Oh, that was my thought. All right, you guys, real quick, we're gonna go over to Gino and Jasmine. Rob, I think Rob needs to get control of his own self.
Right.
I do also would like to know more about Rob's past, his family, and stuff like that. I want to know more about that because it feels as though to me that Rob has some issues going on with family. Maybe there's a disconnect there, and maybe Rob is feeling like he has to behave this way because of some of the past hurt that he has.
Has he talked about his family at all this season? Because I haven't heard him say anything about them.
Only the sister, the one that was there. That's the only thing that I've heard. All right, you guys, our favorite couple, Gino and Jasmine.
Our favorite. I guess this, she I will say she's probably my favorite female on the show. I will say that. I do enjoy Jasmine.
Y'all don't love a little Gino and Jasmine?
I
I
do.
I
I do.
I love Jasmine. I don't know about Gino. I love Jasmine though.
All
They
right,
are
y'all.
my favorite couple.
Well, Dustin, we're gonna start with you. What you think about Gino and Jasmine? Gino has now found out that she spent the $10,000 on her butt, and he's very upset about that. But
He
then they
wasn't
had
too
a
happy.
conversation.
She wasn't too happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he wasn't too happy about that, but he doesn't still know about the other part though, Juice.
Mm-mm.
He doesn't know about the other part where her ex husband or her ex boyfriend or whatever he gave her the rest of the money. So we're gonna find about that in a couple of weeks from now, hopefully next week. But she don't like he doesn't he's not too happy with her.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be either if I were him.
Woo, yes. What do you think about these two, Jonathan? I can see the look on your face. Hold on, let me take them down because I got to see this big look on Jonathan's face.
Regina, y'all, team. When I saw her ex Dame, I was like, wait a minute. What? So you broke up with that Australian man to get with him? Really? What? Why?
Okay.
I thought it was great for her to reveal to us that she's very insecure. Because we know that a lot of
I
people
love
who
that
do
scene.
get multiple plastic surgeries are very insecure about themselves. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad that she was able to share that with him and be vulnerable with him about that. However, this whole conversation that was it with her daughter that she was on the phone with,
Yeah.
that she was talking to?
Her
Mm-hmm.
daughter, yeah, her daughter.
When she was talking to her daughter, it's clear that her daughter knows a lot more about the relationship than Gino knows about the relationship.
Yeah,
And I
because that's
think
what
that
she
is
shared the information with.
right. And that's a very big issue. And ain't no telling how he's going to react when she tells him. She's letting us know she's going to tell him eventually about the $2,000 that her ex gave her. I don't know how he's going to react, and I hope there are other people in the room. Like when she wanted to tell him about the surgery, and he asked those massage people to get out the room, and she's like, "Why you want them to leave the room?" Like I don't know if she wants to be alone with him when she gives him that little detail about that $2,000, y'all, because
She
ain't no
did.
telling what he gonna do.
Robin, you in these comments got me rolling over here. Robin said, "Do you think that she paid her ex in trade for the 2,000 that he provided to satisfy that bill?" Now, come on, now I don't know, Robin. Go
I
ahead.
don't
You
know.
tell me your thoughts on that, Robin.
And
You tell me your thoughts.
okay, forgive me for my comments. I just can't help myself.
No forgiveness needed, girl. You speaking your mind.
About, I gotta tell you, I honestly mostly fast forward through these scenes with Gino and Jasmine because I find them difficult. I find them stressful. I think they're over the top. I think that I would like to maybe somebody should take up a collection on the GoFundMe or some cash apps and put it together so that Jasmine can get together with Robin from Sister Wives and they can enroll in an acting course so they can at least find a way to
Don't
produce
bring up
tears
Wives in this
when they
mess.
do their fake crying. I also
Cracking
find
Justin up.
that they overdo their I don't even think it's not even their sex life, their sexual it's weird. It's like out of a really, really poorly written pornographic movie script. It's ridiculous. They don't seem like they're into or attracted to each other. The stuff that they revealed about the golden water, disgusting, bad, horrible. I think that TLC is punishing those of us who know better and don't do better, and we still watch the reality TV.
Robin, you crack me up. Listen, Noye Podcast Production is over here on Instagram, and they say she reading them, honey.
Okay. Read on, girl. Read on. The library is what? Open.
Oh,
Open.
Okay.
It ain't closing. Ain't closing no time soon. Grab your book. So she about to read a big book.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Aaron, what's your thoughts on Gino and Jasmine?
I love Gino and Jasmine, but I'm very invested in them. We've watched them a couple seasons, and I really hope they work it out and figure it out because they really do have love there. Yes, they have lots and lots of issues. They need to pay a good therapist to help them out, to give them
Yeah.
basic relationship qualities that neither one of them seems to have in their toolkit, like talking
As
to each
old
other
as
and
they
being
are.
honest with each other, because they are not honest with each other. That is
No.
their number one issue. But I love them, and I love that you can see the love between them. So there is love there. I just don't think they have the toolkit to actually have a grown up relationship.
And I don't know if it's the right kind of love for a relationship. It feels as almost if Gino has an obsession with Jasmine, whereas she has more of a love for him because of the things he's able to do for her. And when
Right.
you have those two types of love together, that does not create a great, healthy relationship that will last.
And you know what? Gwendolyn said this, Jonathan. She said, Jonathan, I just love you. You make me laugh. Mommy in the closet. Yes, that mommy in the closet. I would say this
Thank you
about
for that love, Gwendolyn. I appreciate it.
I know Gwendolyn's the best.
She
I'm gonna say this
is.
about Gino and Jasmine. I think Gino and Jasmine are gonna make it. And here's why.
I think they
Hmm.
are too.
Yeah, I think they're gonna make it because Gino really is what Jasmine needs, but Jasmine has to understand that Gino is what Jasmine needs.
Hmm.
Because Gino can help Jasmine understand that all the stuff that you're trying to accomplish is material things. And that is not what you need to focus your entire life on. And I'm glad they sat on the sofa and had that conversation where she said, I'm insecure and I'm doing these things because I'm insecure. I want you to like me. And she said, she told him I felt like she had lost all this weight and she felt like her butt wasn't, pleasing to him. She's still trying to keep this young mentality. And Gino told her, and I loved when he was having a conversation, he says, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do
Right.
that. I love you for who you are. And even though she kept insisting this, and whatever, and she started crying, now we understand because of where she was maybe in Panama, that's probably the way people view around the crowd that she was in. So she felt she had to do that. And by Gino telling her, listen, that's not what you have to do. We're good. I'm fine. I love you the way you are. I think that's going to help mellow her out. At the same time, he gave up his job. So he's like, we can't do this anyway. But sometimes if you hear that from your man,
Hmm.
okay with you being how you are and you're beautiful the way you are, that will help the woman to kind of be like, okay, so this is the only guy that I want eyes on me anyway. I don't care about what the other men think. I'm
Right.
comfortable where I am. So I'm rooting for them too. Jasmine, I'm glad she had that conversation with Gino, and she just has to understand that Gino is going to catch her when she falls. So the other thing that
Yes.
Jasmine, I think Jasmine is trying because, like she said, financially she took her extensions out, and those it was thousands of dollars. She also, I think, got rid of her nails, so she is trying to adjust down. And I think Gino may have came into Jasmine's life right on time because
Hmm.
Jasmine, she would hop from $1 to the next dollar to the next dollar, and we've seen that when she go back to the boyfriend for this money
Right.
that she was trying to get. Not saying what she did to get that, I don't know, but I don't
Mm.
know that $2,000. But I think Jasmine needs to know you no longer have to do that. I Gino to let her know I am the one that's going to catch you and never let you hit the ground. And I think Jasmine, once she understands that from Gino, that's going to take their relationship to a whole nother level.
I have a question for the panel. Do you guys believe Jasmine when she said that she got the butt implants for Gino?
No, I do
Do
not.
you believe that she got them for him? I
Maybe
will
10%
Yes.
say
yes
that I
and 90%.
don't believe that she got it for him. I feel as
Nope.
though she got it for herself.
Herself.
No,
Absolutely.
I
no, I
I
do.
think maybe a small
I,
percentage. I think maybe a small percentage of that is for Gino, maybe 10%,
Maybe, yeah, a little
but the
bit.
other
The
90,
10% she puts on him because she
Oh,
wants him to want that
yes,
for about her.
yes,
yes,
I
Okay.
actually
yes.
disagree. I believe she did it because she is so self-conscious and worried that Gino is attracted to her before for her looks. So any comment he does make, she draws out, and he has focused on her butt in the past. So I think when she got rid of her butt, she was very self-conscious. She does have this disease. So I do think that the butt implants were for him because mentally she was afraid he wouldn't love her anymore.
okay, okay.
Okay, I hear that,
So
Aaron.
the problem I have though, if it was for him, why not say to him, I need this extra money?
Right.
He loves her so much. And if she was so dead set on having it, I'm sure he would have found a way to get this money for her. But again, I don't like deceiving, right? And when you in one relationship, you going back to another relationship to get money, ask for money, take a purse from them, a gift from them. I'm not here for that. That's messiness. That's messiness on like the highest level. So you going back, and like Robin said, who just gives up $2,000?
Yeah. Hey Oliver, are you being this is your first time on the channel? How are you?
Hello, my name is.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So that's why you keep your hand on the button.
Yeah.
Right.
So you guys, I think that Jasmine really does love Jasmine.
Gino.
Oh, there's somebody saying I'm a British pharmacy agent and want to say something. Okay, Eugene, does he in the private? Okay, bye, Eugene. So I think she really does love Gino.
Mhm.
I think she does some of that stuff, yes, for Gino, because he is her man in her life. And
Right.
women, when they do these procedures, a lot of times they're not doing it just for themselves. They're doing it for the men that either in their life or the ones they want to attract.
Right.
Right. Aaron, the reason why I feel as though she got it done for herself is because, as Gray Hair Diva said, she could have just asked him for it. But the reason why she didn't ask him for it is because she knew that he would say no. And if he doesn't want her to have it, then why would she say that she got it done for him?
I think because she does in her mind think she's doing it for him. She also knows they have a lot of arguments about surgeries and stuff like that. So she's not afraid that he wouldn't give her the money, because I don't think he would give her the money for the butt implant, and I think she knows that. But she's afraid of not being loved because she doesn't have a butt. So those are two different things. I think because of the disease and stuff like that. I do have a friend who has it. They're not, how do I put this politely? They don't think the same way you and I do about things that would be simple and logical to us are not logical in that way to them.
I can agree with that.
Gotcha.
But
I can too.
You know, the problem I'm having though too is, that butt surgery is, they said, one of the most dangerous plastic surgeries out there, because when they're injecting that fat or whatever, if it just goes wrong way, you could just die immediately. And so my thing is, just that we could probably have a whole nother conversation in and of itself, this whole plastic surgery thing.
Right.
Because it's getting out of control, it's getting to be too much, and people are almost looking at it as like, oh, you want to go buy a burger or you want to go have butt surgery? Like they think it's so simple, and it's like you can literally lose your life. And what can be that important that you will risk losing your life, to get an enhancement? I just don't understand that. And I get some people in their mind, and then they also say too, once they have one successful surgery, just like sometimes people with tattoos, once they get one, then they end up with 10 or 20 or whatever. It's like once they have one successful surgery, they think nothing of having more and more and more and more and more. And sometimes I fault these surgeons too, because I feel like they just care about getting the money versus the person and really trying to talk to them. I don't know. It's just sad.
That's all it is. I feel as though there should be some type of therapy that comes along with plastic surgery to really understand why it is, just as they do for the trans people. There is a lot of therapy that goes on with transitions. There should be therapy that goes along with plastic surgery as well, to understand why is it you feel as though you need this surgery.
Right. All right, you guys, this has been our chat on 90 Day Fiance. Thank you, Aaron, for the reminder. We're going to get out of here because we have church news coming up at 7:30. But this has been a great show. Dustin, thank you so very much for having this on our panel. We appreciate you so very much. Justin said in the comments, he says, as a member of the Flatfoot crew, it's rough out here in our community. It's rough. You guys, this has been wonderful. Y'all join us every Thursday at 6 p.m. Dustin, go ahead. I'm going to give you 2 minutes because I got to get over here to this next show. Go ahead, Dustin.
I'm sorry. I just want to thank you for everybody being here and everybody giving me, Regina giving me a platform to have my show on. And thank you again, Regina. We'll all be here next week. I love you guys very much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And Regina, I want to say really quickly, thank you, Dustin, for inviting me to be a part of this panel. I was a little reluctant initially because I did not watch this show, but now that I watch the show, I'm turning into a lover of the show. So thank you so much for introducing me to the show and inviting me to be a part of this panel. I appreciate that.
Yay,
To be honest with you, Jonathan, I wouldn't do it without you.
I love the buddy-o pal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it without you because a couple of weeks ago I did share some things on the panel and he makes me feel a lot more comfortable. And so I would not do it without you. If you wasn't here, I wouldn't do it without you.
I appreciate that.
And hello, Felicia. Thank you for being here.
Hey,
you know, I
Fifi.
can Fifi in the chat. And hello, Nisi G. Hey, girl. Hey, I need to call you. Hey, girl. Thank you so much for being there. I love you, Nisi G. All right, you guys, we getting out of here. And Dustin, I have to say, I love non-emoji mode. I love it.
Agreed. We love seeing your face, Dustin.
I get to see that beautiful smile. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
See you later tonight, Jonathan.
Bye,
All
guys.
right, Robin.
Say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Good night,
Bye, y'all.
Good night. See y'all later. Bye-bye, y'all.